45 minutes left in the trading session for a Monday. We're trying to get positive here. The market making a pretty good attempt anyways. Just 0.25% left for the S&P 500, and we'll be back to positive. The Dow 0.2%. It's still the NASDAQ here struggling. It's been that way for most of the day. 0.7 to the downside. You can see here in Toronto, we're already positive. Yeah, big move still for cryptocurrencies. Not a good day, guys, if you're in crypto land. Let's get into the 45 minutes.
Look at that, just in time to get my mic on, as I forgot. Thanks a lot there, Lucas, for reminding me. It looks like the ride is over for Lordstown for the day. And look, shout out to Steve G. If you say a really, really great pun in the chat, or a really, really terrible one, I will repeat it because I'm a big fan of puns. Lordstown was up 12%. It's actually not that bad. It's back at VWAP here. It's going to be a fast one to end the day. Yeah, that's right. I'm not still long Discovery. This is a new long in Discovery. So third time, hopefully, is a charm, actually bouncing off the low of the day. I had this one dead wrong, Sean. I thought it would make a bottom like a heck of a lot before this. And Discovery has been the short that is it just kept on giving and giving and giving and giving. Finally, it might have made a low, which is crazy. I thought it was way oversold here, but clearly I was wrong earlier in the day.
Yeah, I mean, AT&T made a 52-week high as well today. And thinking about highs, hi, how's it going? Welcome to the fastest 45 minutes on YouTube as we try to trade the close. Not try, we are trading the close for you here. We talked about this on the earlier show. Tilray right now back to the highs. I haven't traded at all today. You're not going to see any marks on here, but I am interested now. Remember, Neil and I are going to be flat at the end of every single day. So all the trades that we put on now are simply for scalps. I mean, that's generally the way I trade anyways. But looking at this Tilray 1520, I want to go long here. No idea. I still haven't been able to find what's going on with it. Upstart up 7% as well as I look through the board. AT&T down to 31.64. Let's have a quick look at AT&T here as Neil's looking at Discovery. It's the same thing, guys. All the way down. That's a new 52-week high upside here. 33.24 was the new 52-week high. So we made that today, but now you're giving a lot back here on AT&T. So we'll see. I don't like to trade it because of the deal, but to trade the price action on this one, we should be going short. So let's take a short here in AT&T and just hold it back to 31.90.
Well, I mean, that's me saying no because I want to make money on the long. Now, I'm going to ring the register because, look, I already scalped some of this out for a winning trade, like a 30-cent winner for the first third of it, but I'm going to celebrate it as if it happened on the show because it's the first time I've actually won all day long on Discovery. Now, it broke what was the low of the day. This is like 1 o'clock or so when it broke this 33.75. It made the bottom 33.75, and then about 2:40, it broke that level, flashed down, breaks 33.50 as well, and comes back up. It's when it retook 33.75. That's when I got in thinking, okay, well, this is it. It's actually trying to make a break of a fresh low after making a hard bottom for quite some time, a 2-hour consolidation. I've seen this come back, but lately going back to VWAP is a pie in the sky thing. If it gets to 35, I'd be absolutely thrilled. 34.50, that'd be the next leg where we get some out. It's not the only trade that we're trading, guys. I still have one. This is not the same position as I had in the morning on ARPO, which I shorted all pre-market, and then after it halted, we got back into the short trade. Really couldn't get too far past this 160 mark before finally flushing. I missed this rollover here at 180, probably shouldn't have. And then I was shorting it again, 155 range, down making some profit, 160s. I'm back into it at 160, just seeing if that one can pop down into the 140s. So it's been a solid one. It's one of those gappers that has just been sort of coming back in all day long. Although, if it breaks 165, I'll probably run to the hills, even think about reversing into a long, because clearly it's still a bit of an upward trend. I mean, the thing never really held below 150 since that actually crazy breakout in the morning, guys. So watch out for that ARPO and watch out for AMC making moves.
And watch out for flying hot dogs right now as AT&T right there instantly. Bang, there's the dime piece. We like dime pieces on this show, and there's another one. 31.53, we just took that out. We're not taking it out. We took out 40% of the trade here. Let's hold this into the close. What a great short this looks like it's turning out to be here. I got to get rid of this wick here, but good opportunity there. The only green candle we see, we take advantage of that and go short 31.64, and we just caught, our best out there, 55. So we'll see. Still could come back in, but there it was. Whoops. as the charts just continue to be a little bit dramatic there. Let's close that up a little bit. We don't want to look too much there. Okay, Fisker reporting after market. We like that name, but today it's just been faded off a little bit here. So we're bouncing around that 11 area. I'm nervous about the report. Obviously, as a shareholder, always you should be somewhat nervous, but these stocks have just been being beat down. That 1140 high, would love to see it retest there. You have 1120 here as a little area of support, turned into resistance, obviously. So we'll wait to see if we crack through 1120. I do like that one. But just looking at names that are heading into earnings tomorrow. Disney as well, not into earnings, but that's down 2.5%, one of the only stocks that are down. And then I just saw GameStop moving, so let's check back in on AMC. Yeah, pretty much barcoding all afternoon long. We still have those nice bottoms at 1350, so we can retest that, no problem. Do we think AMC is going to have another rip in it here today? We've learned our lesson. We're going to go short next time it's at 1423, but for now, we'll wait on AMC, just doing nothing. I wanted to have a check-in. And then, guys, I know you're talking about GameStop, but again, like, it's not...
On what?
I mean, it's moving up. Do we like this 179? I'm debating taking this 179 soon, guys. What up, Beep?
NVVE, big mover from this morning, just popped back up here to the downside. So huge run up. They announced a joint venture to get into the electric vehicle charging station space. Ran all the way up here to 13, but starting to break back to the downside. Big volume came in through 12 there, guys, for this NVVE. Still up big time.
Fire it onto the list for sure there. I got to get to Clover here. Now, Clover reported already, guys. So, look, it was better than expected. But the stock got, well, I mean, I'm not going to say woodshed. It had gapped up from like 740 to like 830 in the pre-market. Gave it all back. It tried to recover some, but as you can see, defecated all over itself all morning long. Made a 660 bottom. When that broke to the upside at 70s, I actually grabbed this one to the long side off that bottom. The top end of this range, 685, did scalp some out already. Looking to get more out in front of 7 evens. So bottom picking on this, and over, of course, that DSCI. Now, if that ARPO goes, I'm going to get out of that one if it can hold above that 165 level. GameStop, I mean, the last time I was on, well, last time we did the show and I actually traded GameStop, I took 4 separate shorts. This time I have none off 179, which is crazy, right? Like, you get this lower high put in here. It gave you one rollover. It's close enough to 180 that you can start thinking about it. There's really not a heck of a lot when you look at the chart, which is, I think, most of the problem here. If you get up past that 180 mark, you can start thinking some failures on the breakout. I feel like maybe this is why it reversed off of that 179. Like, it didn't even have the juice to get there, guys. But we'll have to see. Yeah, okay. The company's official Twitter seemed to acknowledge its recent surge, and Wall Street Bets is back in a tizzy. That's the headline there. The interesting thing to me, and I want to go to Tesla here because we were just talking about this before we came on the air. Come on, Tesla. Do that thing you do where you load up finally for me. Yeah, Tesla down 4%. If you're Michael Burry of the Big Short fame, where you put on the big boy pants and the pink shorts, he went all in on some puts there. And he's been, well, he actually mentioned he was shorting Tesla months and months ago. But either way, right on last week's low, I mean, close enough to it, that 560 level, approaching rather quickly. So Michael Burry's a happy camper, I suppose. Every time I say that name, I think of Christian Bale and not the actual dude.
Yep, well, that makes sense. Great movie, Big Short. We talked about that in one of our must-watch movies there. If you guys haven't seen that, I'm sure you have, so whatever, let's move on. Okay, beautiful trade here. AT&T, man, hot dogs firing off again for this trade. Same trade. This is the only one we've been on. We've been watching this for a little bit. We take it, put it on top for you, and now you can see the 20 cents now in the money. We don't wait around for our trades, guys. We just put them on win and move on. So there it is, nice little 20-cent win. We still have 40%. So how low can it go? We will wait to see. What else is reporting? Okay, Tilray's not moving. We talked about that one as well. I mean, there's a few names reporting. Why don't we look quickly at Microsoft? I guess they're not reporting, but obviously not. 244, we've bounced off there again. 243.60. We talked about how good that 244 level's been. You know, protected here, dipped down though. We had some nastiness last week down to 240. So I think there's always something to look at there with Microsoft. Oh, that's what it was. I want to look at Peloton. Not reporting, but a wild ride today.
Ooh.
One of the, down 5.3%, was lower off the open, battled back. Now, as you can see, this is the daily chart. Touch down there. What a great touch. 80, 80, guys, all the way back to 99. We talked about it having a problem at 100, but this is what I mean. We were up today. You know, like it opened the day, $96, $97. Peloton, man, like just since then, just big time movement down. Try to get back to 92. I'm going to look to short this 91 break on the downside. We had some issues here at 91, so let's look to short Peloton through 91 on the downside. But there goes AT&T again. I mean, we're short 31.64. Wish we still had the full boat, but here we go again. Downside movement here on AT&T, guys. Good trade. I'm going to hold the rest just to see where it goes. It's been a sad day today for this merger, although AT&T does touch 52-week highs at 34 today.
So I'm about to get into, not off the high of the day, but off this lower high, like 178 or so. I'm about to get into some GameStop. But as you say that, there's obviously the other side of this. Well, it's not the other side of the trade. Well, it is the other side of the trade. And everything was going absolutely fine. No, it wasn't really, because look at this ridiculous chart. Anyways, I got that long, was working in the money, and then Sean's like, yeah, you know, looks like a good short. Obviously, any short you've had on Discovery has eventually been good, and probably the same thing with AT&T. So this bottom pick here, running into some trouble. It does not make a ton of sense to give this up to the low of the day, given the weakness it's had. I should not be that stubborn. We have to be flat at the end of the day. So I'll round this one off if I can, if this is going to break that 33.75 flat. So by the way, like when I read that quote about like Wall Street bettors are in a tizzy because of the GameStop official Twitter, whatever. The word tizzy is a thing, and first of all, it's in a very classic children's story called Llama Llama Red Pajama, which I've read probably 300-400 times to my daughter. How has no one ever heard that? That's crazy. These guys in the chat are like, Neil just made that up because we're talking in the chat over here. And a tizzy is a real thing. A tizzy is a fit. If you have a toddler, you know all about a tizzy. And if you have a toddler, you've probably read that book at least once. I'm hoping, and this is not one of those situations where I'm long and Sean is short, but there's almost no chance we can both work out on this Discovery and AT&T, because they're likely to move together, of course, after that deal. I'll just note that it bounced off of my entry at 33.75 and might give me a chance to get out if it gets back to 34, which I should probably take. Brendan?
Just checking on this, Sean. BarkBox just popping up here. A little bit of volume coming in back above 10 here for STIC, which is the SPAC that is going to become BarkBox. Was just reading, apparently the votes have been mailed out to vote on said merger for shareholders in STIC, guys. So a little bit of volume there for Northern Star, I believe it's called, Acquisition Corporation.
I will be voting yes to that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, BarkBox, we'll look at that again. I want to look at Woof, their Petco. I thought they were reporting at
this week.
This week, yeah.
I think it's this week.
So let's... Yeah. There we go. Okay, Petco coming. Let's go. Come on, chart. Hard to look at it if the chart's not going to load, but I'm sure it will at some point. Nice move up today with 3.5%. The thing about Petco is left for dead for sure, but a big move. I was looking at this, and it's because I own BarkBox, obviously. That's one of the ones we like. But looking at this on Friday, it did have a huge bounce off of the 50 period. I think it was up like 10, 12, 15%, something like that. It looked like it would dip down to about $22 there on Friday. And then today you can see the low of the day, 24. So we've already dipped higher today and looking to break out of Woof. So Petco, 25.60, man, the push is real in this space. I believe that everyone, the humanization of pets is in, man. Like so many people right now watching, caring for, having new pets on board. And then let alone that, part of, like, I know our PetSmart here made a deal with DoorDash where they can deliver to your stuff basically within an hour. So I think there's a lot happening. I like the BarkBox theme again, just because of the fact that, hey, look, like I just mentioned there, it's a delivery service, cool things, people like to order in. So let's watch STIC, but I thought maybe Woof would be on the run a little bit more, the 1 minute range. 25.60 taking out the top here. I like that play for Woof.
And hopefully not, well, it's never going to take out the top, but hopefully making some fresh afternoon highs will be that Clover. Continue to grind off the bottom here post earnings. If I can get back maybe like another 10 pennies here or so, we're about like 15 in the money. If I can get 20 on the next leg, we'll go ahead and take that one off. Of course, it's not 0 for 5, but it's certainly a chance at 0 for 1 on that GameStop as it tries to make a new top. This is a setup I'm almost always going to take here. You get that further break. Once the selling comes in, instead of picking a top and trying to make sure you get the absolute high when it reverses, I like that lower consolidation, which we've taken here. I'll give it about $1. If it can't go, I'll walk away from this one, and not likely going to get into this one too many times. Like, I'm not going to sit here averaging in. into GameStop or taking it 4 or 5 times like I did the other day. Airbnb was on the move this morning as there it is. What just hit there? Was it? Are you kidding me? It was that ARPO. So ARPO just hit, but I'm going to get to that ticked me out. Hasn't broken that 166, but I wanted to get to Airbnb if I could very, very quickly there. Come on, chart. Don't do it to me. There we go. Airbnb on the march back to the upside. Watch out, it was down like 6% or so, but it looks like it has a decent chance to get through this 133. I'm gonna fade this at VWAP if I can. So it's already come $3 off the top. Goes any further, I'm gonna start getting into the short on Airbnb, which has been a flush all morning. We did have this one in the morning show, but this is way up here at like 136.5. I'll take it anywhere close to that 133 to 133.50 range.
Okay, yeah, just looking. Oh, I want to touch on crypto. It's at its day high right now, actually. I mean, not day high, it tanked. But since we've sort of been looking at this crypto, beautiful move back from 2 o'clock, depending where you are, Eastern time. Beautiful move up, 10% up in an hour there on ETH. So that's just back up to 3,400. We're watching that like a hawk to see if there's going to be any plays there on some of the ETFs that we like to look at, GBTC, ETHE, and then the purpose ones I like in Toronto. So you can have a look at that. Big move back. I mean, it's not the high of the day. I guess the high of the day is 30, 34, 35, 36 earlier, but we did make a nice move there. That is ETH. Cardano holding up to 208, and then Bitcoin. I mean, these are the only 3 that I ever look at. You can let me know if you do like something else. Doge, maybe Dogecoin. Dogecoin, I guess I heard actually going to be listed on Coinbase soon. So
6 weeks.
Yeah, so that's a big one. I don't know. Will they though? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they will.
I think they will. But Coinbase does have certain parameters. But Dogecoin again, heavily traded. Coinbase wants those fees. Just another reason to get involved with Coinbase. And again, a nice move downside again, 42,000 up to 44,000. So not the same move as Ethereum. Bitcoin's been leading or lagging Ethereum now for 2 or 3 months, so no surprise there, but watch out. That was a nice little bottom there made today. If it takes that out overnight, you might be in trouble, especially if that ETH cracks $3,000. We talked about 3,300 as a key level, guys.
Yeah, and I did quickly chew it as fast as I could that I was going to get into that short on Airbnb if it touched that 133. I did start at 133.04, already rounding down. It got about to like 132, like 60 or so. If I get like that $0.50, we'll go ahead and take that off the board. We only have 28 minutes, and Sean and I have to be flat at the end of the day's trade. So I'll definitely scalp off like 50 pennies if it can go a little closer to the low of the day on Airbnb. I'll happily take that trade just to give you an idea of the range that we're looking at here. It's essentially trying to hold the bottom going back into last week. If it can get to that 131 low that you saw put in twice on Thursday and Friday, I think I'd be happy with that return. So Airbnb to the short side. You saw GameStop already tick up on me there. And just to update you guys who are very bullish on GameStop, that is right. It is getting very, very close to coming back to that high of the day. Now, I didn't actually see it touch 180. I think 179 and change is as high as it's gotten. So the even dollar very much in play heading into the imbalances at 350.
Yep, for sure. We'll watch that. So AT&T, guys, just to let you know, don't tell me it's not going to show my... Where are my outs? Oh, that's still Wolf. Come on, let's go charts. There's AT&T, our best out. So 20, 40, 60, 80. We still got 20% left. Holy, of this AT&T trade. So we still got 20% left. Trying to get the last out if it does break this where we're in, basically. 31.65. I don't think that happens. So for now, we chillin', waiting for this to come back to the downside. 31.40, out. We'll wait to see, but the imbalances could affect this one. So eyes up right now for anything AT&T and imbalances. Your boys are gonna be watching out for that one, but here comes a nice little move back to the downside. That's 14 cents. We're not in anything else. Our Tilray's getting close though. TLRY getting close to coming inside here of that high of the day, 15.20. So, we'll take that if we have to. That's Tilray high of the day, guys, coming hopefully sooner rather than later, and we'll take that out 15.20. I like on Tilray if you're watching that with me.
And I got to do this. This is the second time that discovery. Now that 75, it breaks. It gives you that even at 34. The second time it tries to test it, it's just so weak. Look, are you kidding me? There's no momentum in the play. There's only about 25 minutes left. I can't look a gift horse in the mouth. Not when every long I've had has been, every long has been wrong all day long, so I'm probably not alone. But anyways, every long I'd had been wrong, so it doesn't look like it's trying to get up. And if it does, fair enough. I won't have gotten it. We'll take the win where it is. I'm still down on Discovery. Trust me, it is what after trying it a couple of times, even with solid stops, I'm not going to make it back. Airbnb has been a good one for me today, so we'll walk a little bit on some psychedelic water for the newest short. I like that 133. We came right back in, slowed down, able to catch basically the flats. And this little cluster here, 32, up to like 32.7 or so. I mean, it hung out there for so long before breaking down that I got to make sure I get some out in front. If it breaks through, I'm looking 131. I'm not even trying to think about the low of the day. If this wants to give me over $1 into that 131 to 132, I will gladly take that going into the close here, guys. So still have that Clover because it's holding the low, about like 10 cents in the money. It's giving me 15. At least give me a shot a couple times here, and I probably should have taken it the second. And then this Airbnb, if it makes another move to the upside, I'll probably consider shorting at VWAP here at 134 as well. And I'm staying away from you, GameStop. You're not going to get me again. I thought because GameStop was moving, the AMC, which was so active all morning and good for some shorts, except for the one where I made high of the day or close to it, it's doing your barcoding thing, Sean, which is surprising to me. With GameStop on the move, I would have thought, we hold that 1350 bottom. Where's the breakout at 14 even on AMC, but nothing doing. I'm not going to sit there chasing my tail. I really thought there was going to be a trade here on AMC. I'm a little bit shocked. Brendo?
I just realized the volume is not the greatest on this one, but I'll show you it anyways. CONE, this is a real estate investment trust, just popping up on volume. You can see huge spike there. It did actually get back to positive. JANA Partners, hedge fund JANA Partners, just announcing a pretty big stake in CONE, guys.
Cone, you say? Okay,
David
we'll Cone. What's NEO doing? Like, NEO's still at 33.50. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same price it's been at all day. So let's have a quick look oh no, okay, it just went up recently there. But I remember looking at this, yeah, so, okay, so it actually did have a nice little move in the morning. This is the one we missed. We talked about that up and down, makes that base at 33. So we're gonna watch that for tomorrow. Comes back down at 33 again. All I'm trying to do right now, I mean, I'm doing lots, but what we're trying to do is I'm just trying to find some key levels here that we know we can play off of. And then we talked about it, Mark Roberts. Thank you again, Mr. Roberts, Sun Lake Strategies. We had a great Q&A. He talked about Post-it notes and how much he loves them. So there we go. If Mark Roberts likes them, then I'm happy to keep doing them for sure. Well, I'm more happy about you guys. But yeah, take your notes. So we're going to mark down here for NEO for tomorrow, $33 on the daily chart as well. Oh, my daily chart's still stuck on Tilray. This is unbelievable today. Okay, 30, 33, looking at these little bottoms there, 33, 34. So we're going to watch out for NEO at that tomorrow, these levels. So I don't know. I mean, it seems like it wants to resist that. So whether or not, resistance at the top, support at the bottom. So this looks like it's supporting this stock here, $33. So let's look at NEO tomorrow, $33. I mean, I wish I could find something. Palantir right now, I mean, Tilray's not doing anything. Our AT&T, the one trade that we have on, big win straight away. And again, I know Neil has the other way, but this was just...
Not anymore, I don't.
Yeah, got out. This was just sort of, trying to play this momentum to the downside. It's a deal. It doesn't look like it's well received, so that's all. We took that down 2.5%. That often happens with mergers there until they figure it out. But right now, guys, it's backflip time because here we go. This is a 25-cent win. You know what? Again, one of the better trades that we've had on, or I've had on today anyways. We'll spin the money around. Good little trade here at the end of the day. We're still on this one, man. 25 cents in the money.
Exactly, and that's, I mean, to be perfectly honest, when you say not received well, I mean, that's obviously an understatement with Discovery, and they could figure it out. If all I get out of that stock is a couple of scalps for 25 cents in the afternoon, I have to take it because that's just such a counter trend trade. It's ridiculous. Airbnb just made a pop on me here. So I was sitting in the money. We'd already taken the 50-cent scalp off. It was basically about $1.30 in the money when I'm sitting at like $1.50 or just a slightly less than that. And then you get this little pop-up. It wasn't a tremendous amount of volume, but I'm not going to average right in here. I'm not going to get back into the shares I covered at 133. I'll probably wait off to see if it moves into like 130 or closer to 134. That peak from just after 1 o'clock. So bit of a volume spike that took me from nicely in the money on Airbnb to what the heck was that territory. Now we're 10 minutes away from the imbalances. If that had happened at 350, I'm probably not shocked. It just likely means a buy imbalance, but I might have to walk away from this trade. After that spike, I don't think I want to be sitting in the short when that 350 time does hit. Clover is trying to do its best to get off the bottom, still grinding to the upside. You're not seeing a heck of a lot, but you guys are mentioning Upstart, which, well, I mean, Sean had mentioned Upstart as well. Continues to press. right up to the high of the day again at 113. It's broken one time, but come back in here a little bit. So signs of slowing down a little bit on Upstart. I mean, the volume's only okay. You have to watch out for the spread on this name. It's about 30 or 40 cents or so, but if it makes another run and can't get through 113, this could be a situation where you see some pairing off, some profit taking going into the close.
I want to talk a little bit about Palantir. We haven't been able to get in because it hasn't taken out the high so far. 2050 here. We'll wait to see about the imbalances again on this name, but Palantir looking like it wants to take out the high again today. We're only up 1.6. Like, this is a decent spot right now. NASDAQ still down 0.9, Palantir up. And like we mentioned in the pre-show, not like getting the shows, you know, in our morning show, Palantir now more aggressive than the market. So we noticed that in the morning, we noticed that on Friday, and that's going to carry through. So tomorrow we're going to be locked and loaded for some Palantir longs if we come in and we see the NASDAQ up, man. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it pretty hard tomorrow for sure, if that is the case. I want to check back with Square. I don't have any trades on it today. Oh, I thought I did. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. We do have lots of trades on Square today. Sorry, I couldn't find it in my blotter there. Back up. So it does hold 200, but, you know, 196 came and went. So that's pretty low there on the daily chart for Square. So as you guys can see, Square, one of those names. And then, you know, we talk about like getting in on some consolidation spots. It's dipped down to 196 and 195 a couple times here and supported it down there. So we'll have to wait for Square. But as the NASDAQ goes, I'm wondering if these are prices on Square that maybe we need to be dipping our toes in more for a longer term spot here on SQ. I still like Coinbase if you're going to play fintech right now. But Square has Cash App, all that stuff. I don't know. Not as big in Canada as it is in the US. What's up, Brendan?
Another one coming off of earnings, IZEA Worldwide, big move today, back to the upside, 27% higher today, coming off a big dip down, going back to last week to $2, but just made a day high there on volume, guys, for this IZEA Worldwide.
That's a mover right there. Watch out for that 3 even. I mean, it's a psychological number, but it just put in a high at 293 in the afternoon. I'm talking about this IZEA, and then you go to the higher time frame and see where it sort of rolled over here a couple of sessions ago. That's last week, right at $3. You're going to see this here. It's like a 280, and then this top just above like 3. So if it gets to the 3 even and turns around, I'll probably try a quick little shot at it. We're running. I mean, obviously we're running a little bit out of time here, so I have to move a few things around. One of those is Airbnb. This time, if it comes, forget about that 131, and change or so. If it gets back down to 132, I'll just take the dollar on the trade in the second half of this position if we can. So I'll be happy with that. We are running out of time here. Clover, I also have to consider taking all of it off in front of $7. Just doesn't seem to want to go. And Discovery, I hate you. GameStop, on the other hand, I haven't jumped back into it, but it is not doing a heck of a lot. That being said, not doing much means it's holding up 11% without any significant pullback here. So it flushed one time and it's holding near the top. You've seen GameStop do this before, where it makes a run going into the after hours, then does that crazy little gap down that you see in tomorrow's session. So I wouldn't hesitate to take profits if I was in the money on GameStop. I wish I could say, I said Discovery, I hate you, but I was kind of sort of half in jest. It basically has not moved since I covered at 34. To me, that vindicates the decision because going into the close, you don't want to trade anything that is not moving. That's why I jumped over to Airbnb, which is 10 cents away from giving me my buck. Give it to me, I want it, Airbnb.
Yeah, Buck is nice. We always want all the money on all of the trades. Tilray doesn't look like it's going to give it to us, so we'll wait. We're still waiting on Tilray to break that high right here, but we'll see if that's going to happen. We're still waiting on Palantir also to break the high. That's maybe not going to happen as well. That BarkBox only up 0.5. Fisker just, okay, Fisker. Fisker just breaking right now through 11, so that's a name to look at for sure. Someone said about Mark Roberts, yeah, it is Sun Lake Strategy, so Sun, nice day, lake, boating. Strategies. Okay, Fisker right now. Okay, I thought 11 was more key than that, but I guess we've already broken through there. So 11, nothing to talk about right there with Fisker. We still like that one. AT&T, yeah, day's low right now. Not day low, but actually day low right here. And we are 40 cents in the money on AT&T, so that's going to be a good one. Let's check back on Ford. We talked. Oh, it does break 12. Ugh. Damn it. We talked about that earlier on in the show. Someone brought that to my attention right about here, right as the show was closing. I think it must have just been, it was as Ford was busting up through 12, so it was close. Let's just see what happened when that did break. So It tests 12. I guess it doesn't break there. Maybe it does. Goes up 1 penny, drops down 4 or 5. Doesn't retest VWAP, then breaks to 6. Now breaking day's high 12. So my most recent buy, about $1 lower than this. So hey, that's 10% or so, 8% in the money. Good buy on Ford. We're gonna check out, like right now, coming into the imbalances, one of these stocks could move one way or the other off imbalances. So let's throw it to Brendan right now. What's up, bud?
Roblox, guys, just notice Roblox also having quite the day. Just made a day high, 76.02, 7% today on RBLX.
Guys,
Yes.
Unity is still
Unity's
on.
still on, guys. Roblox is a bit of a... Come on, load. Is this one of those like chart days where they absolutely hate me? Yeah, the chart hates me, guys. Making it a fresh high. The thing about Roblox, and I'll go to the 15-minute chart so you can see here. Look at this 78 top. Lower high already put in at 76.5, and this is going into last week. So you have to expect that there's a decent chance there's going to be a lot of resistance up at this price level. So I know it looks pretty strong. Always jump to the higher time frame. The first things first, you're looking to maybe get a breakout going into the close. But if I see immediate, not just this top here, but you get the lower high, and if it can't break that, the lower high being from last week, you're usually thinking about a fade. As I'm saying that, I mean, it already turned around off 76, so there's not really a short trade in it for me. I jinxed myself over here in Airbnb because, you know what, and this is kind of, and we talk about this all the time, and we have to be flat at the end of the day. We're coming into the close trade, the imbalances. I don't want to be short when the imbalance comes out at 350, and I was staring at 80 pennies in the money. I could have removed liquidity. I don't do it, and with 5 minutes to go, I'm going to sit here and take 50 cents again. So I was going to do a big thing when I got the dollar. I'd be like cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, dollar, but I didn't get $1, so I can't really do it. And if you guys don't know what song that is, I have West Indian blood. And I love soca music.
All right. Yes. Okay. I was talking about music. Okay. QS.
You know that song, Sean.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah. I mean, Brampton represent. Yeah, so I know about QS as well, and I know Neil was trading this earlier. I'm just looking at some of these bottoms here. Like, we're off the bottom of a lot of these names. QS did open up really strong today, up to 29 and change. It's been a beat down name. We've talked about that. I do think that this is a name in recovery mode right now. And on a daily chart, again, it's nasty, but QS does have the opportunity to pump up. I believe in what they're doing, and Volkswagen does as well. Okay, right now, here goes, well, I mean, somewhat believe in them anyways. Here comes AMC right now, just breaking up to 14 again. I like this area here. Like, we've taken this before. I want to take a 14.10 break on AMC. Like, I know that's not super aggressive, but it's just right here. We've come up to 14.10 a couple times, including these wicks. I don't know. This one probably didn't happen. This one probably did. So we'll wait to see here. 14.10 coming up again on AMC. I like that name here, and I just think, does it have one more run into it, into the close? Possibly. So let's take AMC 14.10 breakout. But taking breakouts now is pretty dangerous with there's only 20 minutes.
Worth noting, a GameStop is at that 180, so it is high of the day as well for the AMC.
You know what? Let's just go long AMC right now and just use this kind of as a bottom here. VWAP 89.90. Let's go long the AMC, just thinking that there's a bump coming in this name. What's up, B?
All right, 12 minutes to go. Let's have a look, guys, at what's coming up tonight and before the open tomorrow. As far as earnings are concerned, still some interesting names to get through in this earnings season.
I mean, you see right in the middle, it's going to be all about the retail, of course, and we're talking, your Walmarts, your Home Depots, your Macy's. Don't sleep on Baidu, of course, and there's a couple of other retail names that come later on in the week. Target, probably on a lot of people's minds, coming in on Wednesday, I believe. One of those there, Sean, XL Fleet.
Yes.
We were looking at that this morning. It was interesting. We were looking at some of those EV names. Of course, Lordstown had the bigger move this morning, and Nikola, because reasons for Nikola, whatever. Nikola was up because I don't know why. And XL Fleet has been actually a steady climber. Now, in the midst of the pullback, some of these names did give a little bit back here. Just worth noting, XL going into the earnings, holding above VWAP, so consolidating some of those gains, which actually looks pretty solid for it there. Now, Nikola, I said Nikola, so I have to pull it up. Yeah. Anyways, and this is my thing, and I should have been in this short at least 2 more times when I had this at 13.33. So let's try to ignore that for a quick little second. What I was going to get at was a Nikola for the bigger gain has breaking below VWAP. This opening push that got to this 13.10 mark has been holding below, which is now VWAP. It's been holding below that all afternoon, sort of setting up for like a potential flush through 12.95. Now, if this was 3.30, I'd be looking 12.95 short for sure. taking it, I mean, I'll look to see if an imbalance comes out. Unlikely on Nikola that it'll be very big, but you run out of time to get that type of a breakdown trade. But just the juxtaposition of an XL fleet looking a tiny bit stronger despite having a smaller move, and Nikola looking like it wants to break down, give it back, and then do one of its famous little gap downs, and then continuation of the normal.
Yeah, so we did get, I mean, look, XL is going to be a bad report, I think, anyways. Like, what could these guys say? I know that they got some deal. That's why I went long. They got some deal where they were retrofitting some F-150s and things like that. So we'll wait on XL Fleet. I mean, I like the name. I'm in it, and I've averaged down only once, and then that's that. So I like XL Fleet. I think, you know, what they're doing makes sense. I like the retrofit game. Okay, AMC. All right. We took a little bit of a shot here with it, and so far so good. We're in the money 4 pennies. It's not huge, but we did go long before what I thought was going to be a bump. So now we're long. We don't have to wait for this 10 to break. And with that being said, I think that's a great spot to put our offer at. 14.10 or so on AMC. It's not out yet, so if it rips, it rips. Quick check on the imbalance. Hello, Twitter. So let's see if Twitter gets a bump off that. It may have not. Twitter, 11 million shares, starting to edge up. So again, remember, there's early looks on these things. So a lot of the imbalances are already known before they do come out. But there's Twitter looking to bump higher. Yeah, you see go right now. Look at the market starting to go. A lot of big names here with buys. AT&T's a buy. We're still 30 pennies in the money. So we give a big one to that. We'll see what's happening there. GE with a sell. Other than that, right now,
Apple's a buy for a mil.
Yeah, we'll check out. But there goes Twitter right now. So Twitter, 3.3 million share buy. We'll check out NASDAQ. I think NASDAQ doesn't come out right away.
No.
I'm doing a show. Why are you calling me private number?
It's no, NASDAQ is out. I mean, Apple is out. I think it's just the times in which NASDAQ changes and updates is a little bit different from New York. It updates a little more frequently on New York, and so the early imbalance may not matter as much on the NASDAQ, but Apple is a buy imbalance. I had to take some out of Clover. We tell you guys we got to be flat by the end of the day. It is what it is. So I took more shares out right here, consolidating right at 680. I want to give the last of my shares a chance that we can break out of this tiny range here, maybe get a spike into $7. But we are, like I said, running out of time. I am so glad I didn't fight GameStop this afternoon. So, well, I mean, I haven't completely learned my lesson because I did try it once, but certainly I could have made this a bit of a mess like I did last week. Thankfully, did not do that. GameStop continues to run. I'm not saying AMC and GameStop move side by side. It's just a lot of times when you get a breakout like this and, AMC sitting there doing nothing when it was up on the session, you can see some of these memes, or former meme stocks, I should say, move a little bit differently. To me, there's an obvious difference between AMC and GameStop in the valuation. I think that goes without saying.
Okay, so I might do a trailing stop, aka Mark Roberts from Sunlight Strategies. I don't know. We talked about that. I mean, AMC, AT&T. Right now, I still have AMC. It's not really doing anything. We did get that runner to the high side. There only goes to 03. Looking at 05. We may take that out at 05 if that can come through. So we'll wait for 05 right now. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna wait on that one, and then AT&T right now, 33 cents out. So we're gonna wait on that one. But I'm just gonna take this call because it keeps calling me. I don't know what it is.
Why not, man? You know what? So honestly, like I always, everyone that knows me knows that we trade, and the market close is one of those times. So if you get a phone call as a trader between 4 o'clock, there's a decent chance it could actually be somewhat kind of important, guys. GameStop can It's not that I'm dwelling on GameStop, but it continues to make a run here. I know you guys are watching it. I showed you on the higher time frame, that 15-minute, my 15-minute chart is going back here, that there was some chop above that 180. This is about at 182, off of this like 188 that it got to end April as a high. So you look at that 182, probably the next significant level if there is going to be a bit of a stall out here. I kind of thought this move would wait until at 4 o'clock when it would do one of those ramp ups at 4 and then gap down, but it looks like it's a little bit early. Brendo.
A couple of natural gas names ripping here into the close. I'll show you this one. This is Range Resources, RRC in New York. You can see big volume coming in, bit of a imbalance on this one as well, but a couple of days in a row here to the upside. Nice looking chart here for RRC, guys.
RRC. Brandon over here giving us news and adding names to my list right at the end of the day. Now, look, I'm saying that all jokes aside here, guys. One of the more important things about finding news and stocks that are making fresh highs is because tomorrow's a new day. We have to come back in and trade. This is going to go immediately into my iPad for my list. It doesn't mean I have to trade RRC tomorrow, but a parabolic move into the close, up that 10%, yeah, you better believe I'm going to be looking at this one tomorrow when you see it making these fresh highs. And this look at the chart in the last couple of weeks. Very, very strong movement. So RRC, Yeah, we'll be all over it. Well, we'll have this one on our list. I can't say we'll be all over it because you never know what the trade is going to be going into the tomorrow morning, but you have to trade what moves first and foremost. That's why I'm not really chasing anything at this time of day. And something that makes a late break like this should be near the top of your list tomorrow. It can be deceiving because you look at the gappers, what's up 10%, what's doing volume in the pre-market, and you might miss something that makes a move like this from 10% up to that 1430. It could be flat on the day going into the open tomorrow and still be an interesting trade, and it's not going to show up for you as a gapper. You had to have watched it today.
Yeah, we're going to get out of AMC right now at 96. We're out. We just got filled there. Part filled. Okay, now we're filled the whole way. So, all right, 96 is fine. That phone call was nothing, so I don't think I just called like 8 times for no reason. Okay, so we're going to wait on that one. That's AMC. And then the only other trade we have on right now with only 5 minutes to go, we can check back on the imbalances right here. Twitter back down 2.25 million, so not to be too much there. RLX is there as well. Check in on NASDAQ imbalances. SQQ, so the other way around. Apple with a big bid. I think Neil's mentioned that again. We'll see if Apple's, it's not really doing anything. Guys, a lot of the time, look, we love this kind of stuff here going on from Apple, but at the same time, a lot of these imbalances, they're not huge until the day, right? You need to wait for like a special day. We talked about that. I think it was the other day. One of the stocks was being added and removed. Those are good opportunities as well. But for right now, only 4 minutes left, guys.
Oh, you'll like this one. Well, I'm not necessarily trading it, but pennies away, 60 cents away from up on the day. We're just going through some names on the list here, and Boeing popped up. Only because, Boeing flushed off the open. The market was a little bit weak. But if it can get to the Greensville, that would be a nice look for Boeing, which had been selling off. So I like this if it gets back to like that 230 range. I'd like to see some strength come into the market. Boeing, nice and steady, sturdy name. With 3.5 minutes to go, it behooves me to look at Discovery and just. This is going to be one of the more interesting trades, I think, for the next couple of sessions. You don't have to trade it, but stocks for the next upcoming few sessions, both AT&T and Discovery. Never really caught a bid. It is holding, 30 or 40, maybe 50 cents above that low that it put in. But you don't see this very often when a deal gets announced that to some it would make a heck of a lot of sense in terms of consolidating, creating not merely a powerhouse, but another big name in the streaming land and content altogether. If it makes any kind of a consolidation, I feel like somebody's going to see some value and buy it up. But if this can't hold 33 tomorrow, I don't know what to say. I'll probably actually short it. Finally, only $10 late if that's the case tomorrow, but a Discovery high on the radar for tomorrow's watch, somewhat holding a 33 bid here, so shows some signs of holding up. I was able to take some small solace and a bit of a win to the long side, but none of these were very good. The only thing that saved me, tight stops each time. Without that, that'd be ugly.
Yeah, we just took it out 34 there, near the end of the day. Obviously, it's making moves to the low side now again, 34 out of that last trade. And that was, just to show you guys what kind of trade that was, it's a good one. 31 pennies there on that win. So good win there to end the day here for AT&T. Could have been more, but there it goes to the downside. We could check out, let's just see what Wolf did there at the close. Did it take out? No, it didn't. Didn't take out the high, 35.60. Let's check in on Tilray. I canceled all the orders. That didn't go. That again, I think that was Kathy Wood that was calling me. Palantir right there. She just wanted to know what I thought about 2050. I told her, let's wait till tomorrow. We got to be flat. So we'll see about 2050 tomorrow. She may still buy some, guys. I can't control what she does. And that one's going through. So there's Palantir up at the high side. Chewy, AMC, just looking for some more names. But yeah, good day overall, man. Let's see where AMC winds up. We were just looking at that name as we only have 2 minutes to the close now. $13.95. So there it is. So we took it early. It does go in the money for us, about a dime. We don't take it, waiting for that 10 level. Nothing happening in AMC the rest of the day. Kind of barcoding again. I don't know. 143 million. We know it can go. So let's see if AMC has a little rip inside of it today, tomorrow. And then Fisker is really the report that I'm waiting for. Let's just see. I really think this is going to be a good report. They'll probably say something positive about the ocean, and then we can slam it tomorrow after it goes to the downside. MindMed didn't move as well today, only to the downside. So a lot of these high flyers, man, they just got to get faded whenever there's some good news in this market.
Yeah, and just so you know, there, that imbalance on Twitter that you were pointing out, Twitter's still actually on the highs of the day, so showing some strength. Sometimes it matters, other times it doesn't, but you are seeing that imbalance indicate a little bit of strength going into the close on Twitter. With only 40 seconds to go, we are both flat because, hey, we have no choice, and we absolutely have to be. I'll leave you with GameStop finding a high at that 182.50. Always have a look at that higher time frame to see where like the shorters might really step in or where the profit taking is going to happen. So you go back into last week and you saw that 183 level. I only tried once off of 77s. But it looks like it would have worked if I had tried the 183s. I did not want to double down, triple down, quadruple down like I did last week with GameStop shorts. We got to drop the countdown because we got to get out of here because the bell is about to ring, which means we're dropping our bell for Miss V. That is a fantastic wave. There you go. 3, 2, and 1. Ring that bell.
And that concludes Retail Mondays. So there's going to be a big retail earnings all week. We're very, very excited. It's going to be a big week. We traded some Macy's today. We traded, a bunch of names, to say the least. Coinbase, so on and so forth. So we're very, very excited. Brendan, how did the markets wind up?
Let's have a look. A bit of a red day to start the new week here. Not huge, but 0.25% here for the S&P. The Dow about the same, 0.2, 0.6 for the NASDAQ was leading to the downside all day, but we did obviously come off the lows there in the last hour or so. TSX here in Toronto up nicely, 0.5%. Gold with a nice bump, so 0.5% for the TSX, very heavily weighted in the resource side of things. Both cryptos we list on here. Ouch. Another pretty ugly day for crypto land, guys.
But the BOVESPA was up 1.1%.
Oh,
so
thank
that
God.
makes everything fine. It's fine.
All it matters.
Because obviously, yeah.
I mean, I have lots of
What's
money
up,
in
Brazil?
Valet. No, I don't. Shout out to everybody drinking some Tim Hortons here. We are in Canada, so we say what's up to Timmy's. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Lucas, for running the board on the afternoon show. Shout out to Rob, also in production, putting together some fancy graphics there. There they are. Look how fancy that is. Who could beat us? Nobody. And if you know where that's from, then you are probably from Toronto, because I'll leave that for tomorrow's opening show. We'll talk a little bit about that. Any particular
No one's
earning,
getting that.
yeah. Any particular earning you're excited for, Neil?
Look, I would probably have to say I'm going to be interested in those retail names, of course. Probably more so lows on Wednesday. I believe it's going to be low. So I'm looking at that sector. I'm a Walmart. I own shares of Walmart. When you own something long term, sometimes you don't care too much. You just don't want them to get wood shit. I don't think it'll be all that bad. I think it'll have solid numbers. But yeah, it's just some retail names for me.
Brendan?
Yeah, Home Depot off the highs, recent highs anyway. So nice little pullback, possibly a buying opportunity for HD.
And we'll cross our fingers that this crypto market can hold some weight here in the aftermarket. Trades 24 hours a day, but we'll see what happens over there when China gets the hands of some of these lows. So we'll see if crypto can hold. I'm very excited for that. Valeria, any plans tonight? Sleeping. Good. For Valeria, for Neil, for Brendan, I'm Sean, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. Ciao, 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 ciao. I keep forgetting that you don't have your mic on.